At the Urugwiro Presidential Villa in Kigali, President Bola Tinubu met with Rwanda President Paul Kagame ahead of the African CEO Forum, where both leaders agreed to deepen bilateral relations between Nigeria and Rwanda. The two presidents resolved to revive the Joint Permanent Ministerial Commission signed in 2021, with Nigeria set to host the next meeting. Tinubu also indicated Nigeria may reciprocate Rwanda's 30-day visa-free policy for Nigerians. According to presidential spokesman Bayo Onanuga, discussions also covered pending agreements on tourism, anti-corruption and illicit drugs, alongside efforts to operationalize the African Continental Free Trade Agreement between both countries. Nigeria is also in talks with Rwanda to expand export opportunities across Africa through improved air cargo connectivity.
So this is an important forum which I was privileged to represent Mr. President at Abidjan last year. The CEO Forum is the leading convening of African CEOs from every sector. And so they come in their numbers once a year to meet and talk about topical things on the continent and the issues concerning African economies and how to move the economy forward. I'm privileged to be on Mr. President's delegation. We just had a bilateral with President Kagame, hosting President Bola Tinubu. The discussions were very, very cordial. You know the sacrifice it is for the President to be here at this time, signifying the importance of the relationship between the two countries and why Mr. President is here today. They're both leaders in the AfCFTA. As you know, Nigeria is co-champion on digital trade. We talked about how to leverage the African Continental Free Trade Area. They talked about the importance of accelerating the pace at which we're trading. We talked about ongoing relations. You know, last year we entered into an air cargo corridor arrangement with Uganda Airways. We're also in talks with Rwandan Airways to see how Nigerian businesses can export more of their goods across the continent. And so those are the kinds of trading goods and trading services. We also had the discussion from other colleagues, briefing both presidents, and it was a very fruitful deliberation. As you know, we're coming from Nairobi, where we had the Africa-France intervention, the Africa Forward Summit. There we had about 40 CEOs from across the continent, both African and French, at the table talking to heads of state. Mr. President was also there, talking about green industrialization and how to make sure that capital is consolidated on the continent to leverage what we need to do as Africans for Africans. And so it's been a very, very productive week that we're having so far, and we look forward to the opening of the Africa CEO tomorrow.
The Africa CEO meeting commences 14th to 15th May 2026. Rapid TV News.